Hello and welcome once again to Red Gaming Tech. My name is Amata. Today is the 23rd of April and this time I'm bringing you some news regarding Batman Arkham Knight, as Rocksteady have detailed the PC system requirements for the title. Now ordinarily you just get minimum and recommended for these things, but they have actually helpfully included the ultra system requirements as well, so for everything at absolute max that's what you'll need, but of course I will start with the minimum. OS is nothing to be surprised by, Windows 7, SP1, 8 or 8.1. CPU will need to be at least a Intel Core i5-750 at 2.67 GHz or an AMD Phenom 2 X4965 at 3.4 GHz. Memory is 6 GB of RAM. GPU will need NVIDIA GeForce GTX 660 or equivalent with 2 GB of graphics memory, and DX11 of course. Hard drive space is 45 gigs, which is pretty hefty, but I don't think any of us were expecting anything less. Next gen games are pretty massive and I don't think that's going away anytime soon. Moving on though to the recommended, OS is of course the same. CPU is at least Intel Core i7-3770 at 3.4 GHz or an AMD FX 8350 at 4 GHz. Memory is 8 GB of RAM. GPU is NVIDIA GeForce GTX 760 with 3 GB of graphics memory and DX11 of course. What's rather odd is that for the recommended you'll need 55 GB of hard drive space, which is a little bit strange. Not sure what would account for the extra space there, but moving swiftly on to the ultra requirements, and as you would expect, well, they're not very forgiving, shall we say. Now everything is the same processor, same amount of RAM, DX11 and hard drive space. What is different of course is the graphics card required, which is going to have to be an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 980 with 3 GB of graphics memory. So there you have it, the minimum and recommended and ultra specifications. Now recommended is not too bad, ultra I think is going to make people go oof. So you're probably going to need a 980 or maybe an R9 290X would be a good equivalent for that. But yeah, you're going to need a pretty high-end graphics card to actually run it at ultra. Everything else, as I said, is the same CPU and memory-wise, so just consider your GPU when wondering, can I run this at ultra? Now, unfortunately, they didn't provide any AMD equivalents, as this information was actually provided partially by NVIDIA, so of course they're going to be talking about NVIDIA cards, so fortunately no AMD equivalents for you there, but it still will give you a rough idea of what is needed to actually run this particular title at certain settings. That is me done for this video though. Do let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you next time.